guys, Sanal here. Uh, Many of you are probably looking at this and wondering, what is he doing with his hands? What's all this and this and this? Uh, Today we're going to talk about being deaf and a little bit about sign language. Um, According to startASL.com, Aristotle's theory was that people who are deaf were unable to learn. Uh, the only way that people were able to learn, according to him, was through verbally speaking to one another and being able to hear. That's obviously not the case. Geronimo Cardano proved that theory to be wrong back in the 1500s. Uh, he had a son who, in fact, was deaf. The way that he was able to educate his son was through writing. His son was obviously able to read, but unable to hear. So that was one way for him to educate his son, which really proved Aristotle's theory to be 100% inaccurate. And through time, we found that out to be truth as well. Uh, I don't know if any of you have friends that are deaf, but I have colleagues that I know of who are deaf. It could be a very struggling thing uh, in terms of communicating to one another. How do you communicate to a deaf person unless you know how to do sign language? It's extremely hard and could be very frustrating on both sides. Um, there's many misconceptions about deaf people. One misconception is that deaf people should not or could not drive. That is obviously not the case. You know, there's no, uh, it's not mandatory or it's not part of a driving test that you have to take a hearing test. Just because you're deaf does not mean that you can't drive. Uh, Driving, most of your skills is really visual, being able to see, being able to be aware of your surroundings, and just because you're deaf does not mean that you do not have those capabilities. Some people even say that deaf people have a less likelihood of getting into a car accident, just because they know that they can't hear, so they're a lot more aware and a lot more cautious when they're driving. Uh, there's also another misconception about deaf people. The other misconception is that deaf people are not as intelligent as people that can hear. That's never been a proven fact, and nor do I believe it personally. There's other ways to learn, right? The other way is to obviously through reading, through writing. Uh, you don't need this verbal communication to be able to learn. So that's definitely not the case. If you guys remember in the Sesame Street, the librarian, she was deaf. She played a great role in that movie, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's not a movie, but a show, Sesame Street. Um, so there's athletes out there that are deaf. There's comedians. There's actors. There's politicians. You name it. You know, uh, to get to that role might be a harder path than someone who's able to communicate, but it doesn't make us any better than those people. That's a small informative speech that I had for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was a pleasure taking this class with all you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the speech. Have a great day, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your summer. Bye.